June is over, which means our Gay to Win campaign is over, which means we get to tell you how much money y'all helped us donate to LGBTQ resources that are local to us, which was 10 grand total. Due to the Gay to Win fuzzy playmats, y'all helped us raise so much, it was over $9,000, so we're just gonna round that number up to an even 10, so we can give $5,000 to the Bradbury Sullivan Center and $5,000 to the PA Trans Equity Center.
That is correct, yeah. And again, this was all in part because we had so many options available for people, and the generous just love and support from the community for this was really what made this possible. So thank you all for supporting this year's Gay to Win campaign so that we could have the most successful campaign that we've ever had.
Now let's get into the video. Welcome to Play to Win, where we play to win. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cam. This week, we're playing 2 games of cEDH with Hummingbird Altars.
Welcome to Play to Win, where I'm playing to win. It's Hummingbird Altars. I have an Arden Thrasios deck that I have been painstakingly painting by hand. A lot of the cards that are in this deck that you're seeing played. If you like that kind of art, please find me on all the socials by searching Hummingbird Altars.
This video is brought to you in part by Dragon Shield. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at the affiliate link down below for 5% off to help support the show.
And check us out on Patreon to support us directly and get awesome extra perks like being able to submit your deck for us to play on the show at the $100 tier like Zunon did.
So we have Nate, I'm Tim Necron, Blue Farm. I'm playing Krark Thrasios. Thumbless Kitten plays with Fish, a list submitted by our patron Zunon. Cam's playing Etali, Dan Vega's Mega Money Quiz, and Hummingbird is playing Arden Thrasios, the apparatus. Nate, take us away. Good luck, have fun.
Draw for turn. Play Marshflex in my land for turn. 39. Crack it. Get a Badlands. I'm just gonna play Mana Bolt and pass.
Draw card. Mr. Rainforest, crack it. I'll go to 39. I'll find Volcanic Island. Exile Elvish Spirit Guide for a green. Cast Krark. Pass my turn.
For the draw, I'll play Command Tower as my land, and I'll cast a Lotus Petal, cracking my Lotus Petal to cast a Grim Monolith. Pass the turn after that.
I will draw Flooded Strands. I'm going to crack that Flooded Strands. Go to 39. Go get a Savannah. Mana Vaults. Fast turn.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw. Then Underground Seize my land for turn. And we'll go Crom. Combat, Cameron, coming at you for 4.
Weirdly enough, I am the best person to hit in this pie.
And then I'm just gonna pass turn.
Untap. Draw card. Command Tower. Cast Wall of Roots. Combat? I'll attack Nate for 2.
Sure.
Pass turn. You're the best target for Nate to hit, but Nate's the best target for me to hit because Nate really does use his life total, and you have Treasonous Ogre, which is fine, but Nate's got Necropotence and Ad Nauseam and a couple other things.
And I think that's a way more scary than one Treasonous Ogre.
Yeah, you would think that.
Get a draw. Spire Garden as my land. Cast Jessica's Will, targeting Hummingbird because he's our guest.
I got 6 if it resolves.
Hellkite Courser.
Crom trigger and drew.
So Hellkite Courser just puts Chunky into play. That's a Chunky.
That's chunky.
Not bad.
I will cast all 4 of these spells. Derevi enters the stack first, and then the Disciple, then the One Ring, and then the Lotus Petal. So now we have Lotus Petal, the One Ring, and because I cast it, I'm protected. Here's Disciple, and I'm actually going to sacrifice Hellkite Courser for 6 cards in 6 life. So that'll put me up to 42, and I'll draw 6 cards. And now we have a Derevi. ETB trigger for Derevi that will let me untap a permanent. I'll choose Grim Monolith.
It's so funny because when I saw the One Ring and Derevi, I'm like, oh fuck, you're gonna draw cards, but like that's from my brain, and you have the Etali brain. You're like, who cares about cards? I want mana. Untap the Grim Monolith.
I just drew 6 cards. I need to cast those.
You're good, yeah.
I'll cast a Soul Ring. So that's 7 cards I've cast so far. LED makes it 8. Cast Electro Duplicate, targeting Chunky. I'm going to have Chunky go back to the command zone and have a hasty token copy of him. Chunky trigger? This one's a bit of a whiff, yeah. So I think I'm only going to cast Pyrokinesis then. I think I'm going to deal 2 damage to Krark. 2 extra damage is going to go to Crom just in case. Go to combat. Send this hasty Chunky at Nate for 7.
Down to 30.
That will let me untap Spire Garden. I'm going to pay 2 life going back down to 40 to Noxious Revival my Hellkite Courser. Flashback, Electro Duplicate, targeting the token copy of Chunky.
I forgot about this line. This feels like a really insane way to get 2 Chunkies set up.
Whatever works, works.
So that will make a new token copy of Chunky, and we get a Chunky trigger that finds me a Hellkite Courser. Wild Growth is here. I have a second Lotus Petal. The Mox is turned on. Hellkite Courser also enters and puts my commander into play. And I'm going to have my commander die to the legendary rule.
Realistically, as long as you have the token copy, you should always just be putting your commander back in the command zone, because you'll always have the token copy to make, and then you'll always have another chunky that you'll be able to cast waiting for you in the command zone. And I'll forget that in a couple of weeks. Just you wait.
And also, honestly, like as a failsafe, if you do whiff, it's nice that the Etali that you have in play is the token rather than the real Etali, because it goes away at your end step. And right now, we're back in clone meta. With all the Thrasios, Gaia's Cradle decks, they run a lot of clones. So if you do whiff, you cannot leave Etali in play, because you will certainly give the game to someone else, right?
I've had other opponents that have like waited for people to get Etalis into play and then base your hand around being able to clone Etali on your turn, and then so many times you just don't have that opportunity.
So now I have another chunky trigger. I'll put Heat Shimmer on the stack first, then the One Ring, and in response to the One Ring, I'll use this One Ring to tap and draw a card. The new One Ring will enter and kill the first one with the counter on it, and now I have a Heat Shimmer on my token copy of Etali to make another Etali. So I'm gonna cast all 4 of these spells. So here's Dualcaster, Valley Floodcaller, Oppo, Breach. I will draw 1 card with the One Ring. Crack a Lotus Petal, and then exile Simian Spirit Guide. Cast Heat Shimmer, exiling 1, 2, 3 cards from my graveyard. Target Hellkite Courser, which puts Etali from the command zone back into play, and it dies to the legend rule again. Another chunky.
Roaming Throne.
Ristic City.
I gotta traverse the Ovenwald.
And then I have a Jaxus the Troublemaker. Cast all 4 of these cards. So Roaming Throne enters and names Dinosaur. Traverse is gonna go last. And in response to the Traverse, crack LED for 3 red. Discarding Fell Warstone, Red Elemental Blast, Eternal Witness, Chandra Flameshaper, and 2 lands. Makes me delirious, so I can search for any creature. I'm gonna find Harrigast Erupting Nullkite. Cast Harrigast, emerging the token copy of Etali so that it costs 7 less. When I cast Harrigast, I exile my hand, which has no cards in it, and then I draw 3. Cast Lion's Eye Diamond, exiling 1, 2, 3 cards. Cast Etali from my command zone, paying red with this other Lotus Petal. I will emerge Harrigast so that he costs 9 less. 2 Etali triggers, but they have to go off 1 at a time. So the first one found me Emrakul the Promised Den.
It's not even going to be that good now. None of us have anything.
I'll target Nate, I guess. Not gonna cast the Carpet, cast Grand Abolisher. Now there's a second chunky trigger. Cast the Talisman and the Timeless Witness, get back Jessica's Will. Crack Lion's Eye Diamond for 3 red, discarding the Jessica's Will, Magus, a land, and a Glimpse the Impossible. Cast Heat Shimmer, Etali, exiling 1, 2, 3 cards. Silence stays away. I'll keep the One Ring. I'll cast Worldly Tutor. I'm gonna go Worldly Toot. It's gonna be Roaming Throne, just so I can try to go through everything quicker. So now there's a second Etali trigger. Got the Roaming Throne.
Land grant from me.
Cool, I went and found a Taiga. Those other 2 cards stay exiled. Cast LED, pitching 1, 2, 3 cards. Crack LED for 3 red. Let's Heat Shimmer again, exiling everything else, just leaving Lion's Eye Diamond. Targeting Etali. This time we'll have a token copy of Etali. 3 triggers. Hummingbird's card stays in exile. Jessica's Will. These are the top 3. In response to the Tainted Pact, then, I will sacrifice Jaxus to cast Flare of Duplication, copying the Tainted Pact. So I have 2 Tainted Pacts. First Tainted Pact finds me Food Chain. Second Tainted Pact. Here's the Squee, and I found Veil of Summer. Cast LED, exiling these 3 cards. Next Etali trigger. I will chain my Delighted Halfling, and then I will sacrifice this Spire Garden, putting Wild Growth back in someone's graveyard, and that will bounce my Disciple of Freyles, and then I will sacrifice my Command Tower to bounce Soul Ring, 3rd chunky trigger. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep everything in exile. It's all in exile, folks. Crack LED for 3 green, discarding my hand that includes Food Chain. And now I have plenty so that I can cast Food Chain with the 3 green, exiling a couple of cards that don't really matter. And then I can start Food Chaining away some of these creatures, cast Squee from exile, and then Squee for forever until I can chunky everyone forever with the infinite mana that I make.
Nice. The tear of Etali on Play to Win continues. I feel like you've just been destroying me on turn 2 for the last 10 games in a row with this card.
This deck has only been getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and I've been super happy with how it's been playing out recently.
Yeah, let's play another game and let's see if our guest can get to their turn 2. Any pre-games?
No.
All right. Good luck, have fun.
Windswept Heath, and I'll crack it, go to 39 for a Taiga. I'll shortcut to get a Tinderwall into play, and then pass.
Play a Mox Diamond. Pitch this Talon Gates of Madara. I'll lose 2 life for a Hollow Fountain. Play a Mystic Remora. Training Grounds. I'll pass turn from there.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw. Mr. Village, play a Lotus Petal.
Fish.
Pass turn.
Draw card. Taiga, Rite of Flame, you can draw.
Yeah.
Here's a Kark. Pass my turn.
All right, get a draw. Cavern, name mean Dinosaur. Lion's Eye Diamond.
I got myself a Remora.
You may draw. I'll make a green with Elvish Spirit Guide. Cast this Birds of Paradise. Crack LED for 3 red, discarding a Talisman and a Curse Mirror. I'll crack Tinderwall for 2 more red, and then pay 2 more for an uncounterable Etali. Chunky Trigger, cast all of these spells. Intuition will resolve last. 2 Mystic Remora triggers, yes, you may draw. Bloodcaller, Birdie. What is my intuition pile? Targeting Hummingbird because he's the guest. Would you like me to have Metamorphosis, Electro Duplicate, or Noxious Revival?
Pick Noxious Revival.
Passing the turn.
I will pay for Mr. Gamora. I will draw Wooded Foothills. Crack my Wooded Foothills. 7. Cast a Thrasios. Pass turn from there.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw. Just City Brass. Pay 1, go to 39, make it black, sack this for white, cast Timna, then I'll pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw card. Polluted Delta and crack it. Go to 39. I'll find Tropical Island. Cast Tavern Scoundrel. Get Taxian Probe. Paying 2 life. Targeting Nate. Trigger Kark.
Remora.
Yeah, you can draw. Tails, I lose the flip. Heads, I win the flip. Win. Tavern Scoundrel trigger. I'll make 2 treasures. Gataxian Probe. The copy will target Hummingbird. Mainly just Cam. Look away, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
Draw off the copy of Gataxian Probe, and then I will draw off of the real Gataxian Probe. Pass my turn.
End of your turn. I'm going to Deadly Relic Etali. You can draw a card.
Sick.
That is sick. Untap, upkeep. I'll pay 2 life going down to 37. Noxious Revival, target LED.
Remora.
You may draw. I have a Bergie trigger for a red mana. LED is on top, and I will go to my draw. So now I drew a card. Tap Birds of Paradise for a green. LED triggering Bergie and Valley Flood Caller.
And Remora.
You may draw.
Fierce Guardianship on the LED.
Nice. That sounds great.
So you haven't won the game yet, but I also want to note that we have interacted with you twice so far. Counterspell, and we got rid of the commander. And normally getting rid of Etali isn't necessarily the best move, but when we know there's a copier in the graveyard, at least that's a 9 mana Etali rather than, what is it from the graveyard? 4 mana, 5 mana or something?
It would have been a 4 mana Etali
Right,
from the
yeah,
graveyard.
so-
And it's clutch that Steve does have the free interaction for the LED too to stop me from getting Etali. So now, like, Etali has the same ROG side check where once you get past like turn 3, now
It gets harder and harder.
yeah, now Etali has to start building up a couple more resources before we can try to go off again.
Technically, I also cast this, so technically Valley Flood Caller and Birds have a bump of 2 right now. Move to combat. Nate, I'm coming at you, the Adnaz player, for 2 in the air, 4 on the ground.
That works for me.
I'm just passing.
I'm going to pay 2 for Mystic Gamora. I'll draw Polluted Delta. Crack that Polluted Delta. Tropical Island. Mox Amber. Carpet of Flowers. Go to my second main phase. I will make 1 mana. It'll be green mana. My own Bird of Paradise. I will cast a Gilded Drake. Target Quark.
Yeah, sure. You have it.
Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, I will draw. And I'm going to cast Steel Enchantment.
Trigger.
You may draw. Steal the Mystic. I'll pass turn.
Untap. And draw card. Here's Volcanic Islands. Thrasios. I'm going to go to combat. I'll attack Nate for 3.
Sure. 29.
That's it for me. I got 5 in hand.
I'll take a turn. I'll play a land. It's a Gemstone Caverns. I will pass.
I'll untap. Draw a card. Carpet. Dylan. 2 green mana. Biomancer's Familiar.
This guy loves Thrasios.
I'll use the 1 green floating from my Carpet of Flowers to activate Thrasios once. That's a Ristic Study. Play a Ristic Study.
I'll draw a card. Fierce Guardianship it.
Countered. Deserted Temple. Pass turn from there.
Untap, upkeep, I'll lose the fish. Draw. Volcanic Island as my land for turn. I'll just pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw card. Mana Vault. Cast Seedborn Muse. Go to combat. Hummingbird, you're our guest. I'm going to come at you for 3.
Yeah, I'll take it. 33.
Pass my turn.
Draw.
Untap and you're untap. Losing the Croc sucks, but at least this deck can kind of pivot and I say, okay, well now I'm just a Thrasios deck instead and I'll just do the Seedborn Muse thing.
Problem is that your activations are way more expensive than Hummingbird's right now.
Yeah, I'm going to fall behind pretty quick because he has 1 mana activations. I have 4 mana. So even though I'm untapping them, it's still, I feel like it's going slower than he is.
Here's a Destiny Spinner. Trigger Burgie or some fucking shit. I'll pass.
In your end step, I'll activate Thrasios.
Correspond to your activation. Cast a Enlightened Tutor, and I have a Quirk trigger. Evens, it copies. Odd goes back to my hand. Put another Enlightened Tutor on the stack. That's an odd. Wow, Quirk is a card.
Thrasios activation, I'll bottom that and reveal Ristic Study and draw that card. I'm good, I pass.
I will activate my Thrasios for 1. Move on the bottom. I'll reveal a Delighted Halfling, put that into my hand. All right, I'll untap.
Me too.
Upkeep. I'll draw. Man, it's like I don't even want this Quirk. I feel like he's screwing me up more than he's helping me.
Should never have taken him.
Carpet. I get 2. I'll make 2 white. 1 white's gonna be for a silence.
Go to 28 and I'll flash in a value flip card.
I'm gonna try to Fierce Guardianship the silence with the Quark trigger on the stack.
All right, that goes Quirk, Evens, it copies. That's an odds.
Nice.
Quark. Smothering Tide.
Oh, brother. I'll respond by activating Thrasios, bottom that, and reveal Bloodstained Mire. Put that into play.
Smothering?
Yes. Now I'm so fucked. I don't know what to do anymore because now every time I activate a Thrasios for 4 mana, Hummingbird gets a treasure, which means that 1 treasure is 1 activation since he's got Biomancer and Training Grounds right now. So like, is it even good for me to try to gain advantage now? Because every advantage that I gain, he gains it too. And then he's also getting other advantage on top of that. I don't know. I've never been so afraid with the Seedborn Muse in play.
I will activate Thrasios. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Seaborn Muse.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Activate Thrasios. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Mindbreak Trap. Activate Thrasios. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Swan Song. I'm going to play a Candelabra of Tanos. The land will be Mana Confluence. I'll lose a life. Going to 32. Activate Thrasios. Put this on the bottom. Force of Will. Put that to hand. 8 in hand. I'll discard this. Delighted Halfling.
Untap. Upkeep. I will draw.
I untap too.
Smothering Tide.
Yep, you're good. Cast Mockingbird. Back to equals 0. Target Cameron's bird. And then that's all I'll do.
In your end step, I'll fetch Bloodstained Mire. Go to 36. Playing Breeding Pool, shock it into 34. Activate Thrasios, bottom, reveal Mindbreak Trap. Untap, draw for turn. Cast Spellseeker. I'll go search. Get Chain of Vapor.
I'm wrong on my treasures. I should have a 3rd one because you drew for your Thrasios activation.
Yeah, I won't pay for it. I'll cast Wild Growth on this Taiga. Cast Ristic Study.
I'll use a treasure and I will show you a Swan Song. I gotta Quirk it, unfortunately. Evens and copies. Odds. Cool. So that
That's been
bounces.
so mean to you.
Try to Swan Song again. Right, copies. Double Swan Song.
I'll make 1 bird since the second one won't resolve. I'm going to use this colorless and I'm going to sack this bird to Tavern Scoundrel to flip a coin. A win! That's a win. I'll make 2 treasures. Combat, Hummingbird. I'll attack you for 3 with my Gilded Drake here.
I go to 29.
Pass turn.
I will draw, and I will pay for Smothering Tithe. Arid Mesa, pass.
In your end step, I'll activate Thrasios. Bottom, reveal Scalding Tarn into play. Activate again. Bottom, I will draw Land Grant. So that's 1 Smothering Tide that I can't pay for.
Smothering. I will use a treasure and Enlightened Tutor. Doubles on evens. Doubles. Jesus. And the first trigger will be Mana Vault. I'll pay 1 for my Thrasios. Reveal Mana Vault, put it in my hand. Second Enlightened Tutor. Find a Helm of the Host. I will take my turn.
I'll untap with you.
Untap. Draw. Carpet of Flowers. 3 now if I target Dylan. 3 white mana vaults. Play Arden. Play a Helm of the Host.
Arden can equip Helm of the Host to anything, meaning a Spellseeker or anything, not his own creature. So although Helm of the Host is like, what the heck, it's still like, I think, a win condition right now. So I have to do everything I can to stop it. Although everything that I do just like gives him more resources anyway. So it feels like it's a lost cause. Chain of Vapor targeting my own Krark.
I'm sort of relieved. Okay.
Activate Thrasios. Reveal Endurance to my hand. I'll draw it. And then you can have the Smothering Tithe.
1 treasure.
I'm going to try to Mindbreak Trap Helm of the Host.
I'm going to activate Thrasios once. Reveal a Grand Abolisher. Activate once more. I will reveal a Sowing Mycospawn. Put that into hand. Yes, it'll be exiled.
Exiled.
I will change the phase now.
Activate this Scalding Tarn and go to 33 and search.
Same time. Can I do the same? I'll be at 27.
I'll find Stomping Ground. Drag myself to 31. I'll activate Thrasios. I'll draw Snap.
Make a trigger.
Yep.
Go to main phase 2. Lose a life. Going to 28. And I will cast a Sowing Mycospawn.
There's the cast trigger.
A Gaia's Cradle. A Noble Hierarch. Tap Gaia's Cradle for 6 green mana. Activate Deserted Temple. Untapping Gaia's Cradle. Tap Gaia's Cradle for 11 mana altogether. Use 6 of it to untap 5 lands with Candelabra.
Cast Snap on Thrasios.
I'll activate once. Put this on the bottom. Revealing a Scalding Tarn. Put that into play tapped. Do one more time. Reveal a Pact of Negation. Cast a Pact Negation on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Candelabra for 6. I'm tapping Cradle, Temple, Confluence, Tropical Island, Hollowed Savannah. 9 green mana altogether. Cast a Seaborn Muse. Activate Thrasios. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Trouble in Pairs. Activate again. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Snap. Activate again. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Traverse the Ulvenwald. Use my last one. Reveal a Skull Clamp. Activate my Deserted Temple to untap my Gaia's Cradle. Tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Activate the guy. I will put it on the bottom. I'll reveal a Springheart Nantuko. Have 5 mana floating. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Devoted Druid. Activate. Put this card on the bottom. Reveal a Soul Ring. 3 mana floating. Put this on the bottom. Reveal a Machine God's Effigy.
There we go.
Play a Soul Ring just to play it. Play a Devoted Druid. Machine God's Effigy. Machine Gods make infinite green, infinite blue. I'll just traverse the Ulvenwald to go find a Fairy Mastermind. Put that into my hand. Play that, and then with a Fairy Mastermind, a Smothering Tide, and an Endurance in my deck, I will make sure everyone draws their entire deck while making sure I make a ton of treasures and can always respond by activating Thrasios and Endurance looping my graveyard into my library.
We are dead. Nice, good shit, good game. We are cooked there. It may seem like, we're drawing cards, maybe we could do something. No, that's not the way how this would play out. It just wouldn't happen. He's already got so many more resources, and he can just respond to everything. No matter what, he can just do something again. Even if we try to counterspell the Endurance or something and try to lock the Endurance in the stack, he's got so many cards and resources, he can stop whatever that is, make sure the Endurance resolves, and then just keep going until we draw a deck and die, and then eventually he'll just keep Endurancing his cards back to his library, so Hummingbird won't actually draw from his own and kill himself.
Plus, he could also silence or Grand Abolisher or put one of those creatures in play to make sure that we won't be able to interact throughout all of this anyway.
Bingo. Yeah, the Gaia's Cradle strategy just continues to impress. I feel like Thrasios was asleep for a long time. I think when the turbo decks were really churning through, but since the bannings, I think in the last 6 months, a year, how long has it been? I have no idea. I feel like this Gaia's Cradle Thrasios strategy, whether it be Rog Thrash, whether it be this banned version normally with Yoshimaru, but this one is a little bit stranger with Arden, which I think is kind of neat. This core strategy is so powerful right now.
But green is back, so all those other colors can suck it.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us directly, you can do so on Patreon, like our $100 patrons.
Cumulative upkeep MTG.
You can't say it. You say you can't. You can't.
No, I have to be ready for it. Mr. Jerby, The Cardboard Cookbook, Penguin Man 0089, Eli the Magic Guy, David Newman, Pat Fire, Spengler, Demetrius Clark, Larceny Roars, Your Boy Blue, Sparky B, Insomnia, ST Phillip, Olden Grumpy, Zach Hartley, Reactive, Sean in the Ice, Scare Bear Garrett, Luke Cook, Connor Sipon, Joshua Day, Peter Stewart, Cornell Wild, Uncle Butch, Kawaja A. Hamid, Scott Hawk, and Baby Jivas.
If you want to pick up any of our merch, you can do that at playtowinmtg.com.
Thank you, Dragon Shield, for supporting the show. Use code PLAYTOWIN5 at our affiliate link down below for 5% off.
Follow us on social media for more content.
And thank you for watching.
See you next time.
Should we talk about our $100 patrons? No. Oh, should we talk about our $50 patrons? Yes. Okay, yeah. Major Tom, John Kova, The Gaming Kinky Joe, Sarcastic, Bilma, Mystic Muffin Man, Zachary Coulson, Jabaha, Mace the Ace, Dalton Poti, Justin, Man Solo, Jan Wildfang, Thomas Bueno, and David Nelson.
Yada, 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 etc., etc. Okay, let's get back to it.